Knicks fans, what is going on with Delon Wright? The veteran guard who helped stabilize this team late last season is still a free agent, and the front office is completely silent. No offer, no update, nothing. Is New York about to let go of one of the few true defensive leaders on this roster? Or are they quietly planning something bigger? This situation could quietly explode, and nobody's talking about it. Stay locked in, because what happens next could seriously impact our playoff future. But before we get into it, if you're a die-hard Knicks fan, make sure you're subscribed to Knicks News. We're your go-to source for daily engaging content on all things. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers this season by hitting that subscribe button now. The New York Knicks are facing a major decision that could impact their depth, leadership, and defensive toughness heading into the 2025 NBA season. Veteran guard Delon Wright, who joined the team late last year, is currently an unrestricted free agent, and as of now, there has been no progress or updates from the front office regarding a new deal. This silence is worrying. Wright was brought in last season in a trade with the Milwaukee Bucks that sent Jericho Sims the other way. The move was considered minor at the time, but in reality, it gave the Knicks a smart, tough, and reliable veteran who filled a much-needed role on the bench. Now, less than a year later, he's completely off the radar. This lack of action raises several serious questions about how the Knicks are planning their rotation and whether they're underestimating the value of Wright's contributions. Let's look at the facts. Delon Wright is 33 years old, with experience on nearly a third of NBA teams. He's a seasoned pro, not a young prospect. He appeared in 14 games for the Knicks in the final stretch of the regular season, providing consistent defense and leadership. He also played in 6 playoff games, which shows that the coaching staff trusted him in pressure situations. His scoring numbers were modest, just 4.3 points per game. But that's not why he was on the floor. What Wright offered was discipline, calmness, and control. He's not a player who needs to dominate the ball or take a high volume of shots. He fills gaps. He organizes the offense. He pressures opposing ball handlers. He communicates. And that's exactly the kind of glue guy every contending team needs. But instead of re-signing him quickly, something that would show confidence and continuity, the Knicks have gone completely silent. No offer has been reported. No negotiations have been confirmed. Nothing. This is a mistake that could cost them. Wright was recently ranked the 23rd best free agent still available by Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus. That's a clear sign that people around the league still see value in him. Pincus wrote, "Wright has been in the NBA for a long time. Now 33, he's played for about a third of the league. Most recently, he filled in as the backup point guard for the Knicks, providing the team with an experienced and physical defender at the position." But Pincus also made it clear, unfortunately, he isn't much of a scorer or shooter, limiting his opportunities. And this is likely where the Knicks are hesitating. In today's NBA, teams are obsessed with spacing and shooting. Guards who can't stretch the floor often get pushed aside, even if they bring elite defensive value. But this thinking is short-sighted. Not every player needs to shoot 40% from 3 to be effective. In fact, teams like the Knicks, who are built on grit, rebounding, and physicality, need players like Wright. Wright's ability to control tempo, pressure the ball, and rotate without mistakes is exactly what you want in the playoffs. This is not a conversation about stats. It's about value that goes beyond the box score. And if the Knicks let him walk without a clear plan, they're gambling with their second unit's chemistry. Here's what could be happening. The Knicks may be waiting to see if someone better becomes available. This is risky. Wright already knows the system, the staff, and the locker room. Replacing him with an unknown adds uncertainty. The front office could be hoping to re-sign him later at a cheaper price. Again, a gamble. If another team loses a backup guard to injury, they could offer Wright a role tomorrow. And he's gone. They may believe their younger players can fill his spot. That's possible. But unproven talent is not a substitute for experience in pressure moments. You can't teach poise. You earn it through seasons of battles, and Wright has that. Meanwhile, time is running out. The Knicks are about to start Las Vegas Summer League from July 10 to 20. They'll be closely watching younger guards and developmental players to evaluate who could earn a spot on the full-time roster. If one of those players impresses, especially in the guard rotation, Wright's chances of returning to New York could disappear completely. But here's where the emotional impact hits. What message does this send to other veterans? What message does this send to the locker room? What message does this send to fans who watched Wright earn his role last season? Letting go of a veteran who helped stabilize the team in key moments, without a public thank you, a contract offer, or even a rumor of ongoing talks, is cold. And yes, this is a business. But it's also a team sport built on trust, roles, and respect. There's still a small chance Wright returns. He's familiar with the system. The coaches like him. His veteran leadership could be a critical asset in a deep playoff push. But the longer this drags out with no movement, the more it looks like the Knicks are moving on. And if that's the case, fans need to pay attention, because sometimes it's the smallest decisions that make the biggest impact in the postseason. If the Knicks want to be taken seriously as a contender in 2025, they need depth, they need leadership, and they need players who don't flinch in the spotlight. Delon Wright is one of those guys. If the front office lets him go without a backup plan, it could be a move we look back on with regret. The clock is ticking, and the roster decisions made over the next few weeks will tell us everything about how serious this team really is.